Hey, who doesn't like a cold beer every now and then? We all have our favorites. There's ales, stouts, lagers, porters. Now the latest craze is ready-to-drink cocktails and seltzers. How do you make sense of it all? Well, it's a good thing we have the gurus from Katcef Brothers to sort it all out. Sit back, relax, eavesdrop for a bit as we talk about the latest beers, seltzers, cocktails, and the best local events that need to be on your calendar. You ready? Let's get to it.
Well, we're jumped back over here to I wouldn't say the parking lot, but out of the tent outside of Heroes in West Annapolis. And I can't think of a better place to be on a beautiful, I guess it's now technically summer day, but we're here with Cassie Weithman from Katcef Brothers, Ryan Irby, also from Katcef. We've got Clancy from Sailor Oyster Bar.
Hello.
And I'm here, and we're going to sort of talk about what's been happening. And thank you very much, Clancy, for coming in and being able to talk. And certainly our heart and compassion and everything else goes out to everybody at Sailor for that fire on June 8th. Put you under for a little. I didn't put you under. Put you down.
Put you down,
but not out, which is a good thing.
We burned up, not down.
Absolutely.
I like it.
We are here at Heroes, and I mean, Heroes was one of the businesses that stepped up immediately. Mm-hmm. I would think that it's actually it's kind of appropriate because we were here with Matt Reese back in November with Who's Your Hero with the Military Bowl, but Heroes nominated Matt as a hero for the Who's Your Hero competition, and we're here at Heroes. But he is the owner of Black Anchor Screen Printing, and I mean, he immediately came up, and I see that you're wearing the
one of the
Don't Give Up the Ship Sailor Oyster Bar.
This was the COVID response one that we got from him as well, that he did on his own accord as well.
Heroes turned around and put a fundraiser, several fundraisers. They were collecting money for the gift cards and the nights that they had here and everything else to really support you guys who essentially just pretty much lost everything in a matter of 3 hours.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty well. The outreach from the community, Heroes especially, and all the people that live around here has been really humbling and incredible. And just about everybody has stepped up to help us out and do fundraisers, offer us jobs, donations, whatever. It's all been really, really nice, aside from the circumstances.
I will say that Annapolis and Anne Arundel County in general is a pretty benevolent kind of a place.
Yeah.
I mean, they step up when there was a fire. I mean, you look at when the yacht club burned down. Okay, there were people that stepped up to work with that. When Zachary's Jewelers, had their fire, people stepped up for that. And certainly when Sailor, you look at COVID, how the community as individuals came and said, hey, these restaurants are struggling. We need to get out there and support our bars and restaurants. And they really did. And that really sort of makes me proud to live in a community that does do that.
Absolutely. Heroes had a fire once, and our owner Scott was working here at the time.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Really? When did they have the fire here?
I couldn't maybe 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So it
was pretty soon after they hadn't had it for that long when the fire happened, I think, but it was a pretty
just before my time in town. But Scott had brought it up. It's like, man, I get to go through this again. And probably another reason that Kurt and Lila were so amazing to us and really knew what to do right away.
Well, they do. I'll tell you, between Kurt and Lila, I remember when Jeannie Poole had started the Annapolis Takeout Facebook page in the middle of COVID. And it was like, she asked people for gift cards to raffle off and everything else. Just everybody was talking. And she had a simple rule. Don't talk smack about our restaurants.
Right.
If you've got something good to say, let's say it, let's share it. But,
sure.
There's plenty of other places you can go to bitch, okay? That's what Yelp is for.
Yeah.
And, it was so good. And I remember that Kurt and Lila turned around and took up a fundraiser of all the restaurants that were helped to donate a gift card. And they presented her with a bouquet and I don't even remember. My calculator probably doesn't go that big of gift cards that she's as a thank you. And again, it's just all about the community coming together.
They really put a lot of work in, even more than you can see. It was just day in, day out of helping us out with all that kind of stuff, and we all really want to say thanks for that.
And even if you didn't, or don't rather, even if you don't live in Annapolis or Anne Arundel County, if you live on the outskirts, you knew. And
Yeah, Tiger Lily in Easton is doing an all-month thing for us as well. It's insane.
Right, so the support
Yeah.
Effortlessly, I can't talk today.
Still all right.
Outside of just the core community.
Yeah.
Sure. Without that,
It's pretty incredible.
Where does Sailor stand now? I mean, what's your prognosis at this point?
It'll be a hot minute before we're back in that building, but we are just leaning into the offshoot events and the benefits that are continuing, which we're continually grateful for. The place itself, it's pretty bad, so it'll be about a year before we're back in there, but we're trying to do, we'll do guest spots places on the Instagram. We're doing as much as we can to promote what is going on as it comes. We're doing a book. We've done catering. It's really just whatever we can get our hands on as usual. We're all very ADD and very neurotic and very caffeinated, so anything that can come our way, we're going to take it. But yeah.
Well, folks can still help you out. I mean, the fundraisers, the GoFundMes, there's 3 of them that are out there.
Yep, and they're all legit. We are, I think it's called beneficiaries now. It's all been taken care of by Scott. Everybody is clicked in on that.
Well, again, I think another thing is that Scott had turned around and immediately was, and I'll put words in his mouth, I guess, but he says, well, insurance is going to take care of the stuff insurance is going to take up, so let's take care of our employees. And a lot of, the fundraisers, the 3 that were initially established, which again goes back to the community. There were 3 people who said, oh, boom, we need a GoFundMe.
That was wild.
Is going to the employees.
Correct. 100% of it is. The insurance is taking care of the building. Anything that is going back to the business is going to be only what we put in ourselves, if anything at all. So it's all legit, as the kids say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that, I'm horrified to hear that the fire actually happened, but I mean, I'm glad to see that everybody's knuckling down and we're going to get back to Sailor Oyster Bar back in.
Yeah, everyone was safe. Everything else was replaceable.
Right.
So everybody got out. It was
except for that one plate of oysters that was that diner left.
There were a lot of those, and somebody lost their Invisalign. It was sitting on the bar, and we were probably the most sad for them because those are expensive.
Oh, yes, they are.
Somebody has a picture of that.
All right.
Also, that bar top is gone now, so no one has to be grossed out. But it's completely cleaned. It's all good. There's no one's teeth on the bar.
Although I will say that if I looked next to me and my barmate had whipped out their Invisalign and put it on the counter, I think I'd be a little bit creeped out myself.
Yeah. I would have a case for that. That's just me, though. Neurotic again. Comes back up.
Hey, welcome to the world of neuroses.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's great to hear. So anybody that can support Sailor Oyster Bar, they're all over. Actually, go to their Instagram, go to their Facebook to a lesser degree, but Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram has 100% of everything, if not more.
You've got the links to the GoFundMes. If you can spare $2, that's great. If you can spare $2,000, that's even better. 100% of it does go to the employees because these guys all had great jobs, and June 9th it was very questionable. Yeah. So it's. And I love the stories where the community steps up. And
I still can't believe it. It's so much from all angles. It's really a blessing.
Well, it's a symbiotic relationship too, because you guys give back to the community as well. So
we are planning. So we used to do a friends and family plus or minus. I would do a Friendsgiving, and I would do a Sailor summer party, and it would just be staff and some of our friends that are from out of town. Like the ballet has a lot of ballerinas, ballet instructors that are from out of town. You don't really get to go home for Thanksgiving, but you go home for Christmas. So I'd be like, all right, let's have all these people in and whatever. The next one that we're doing for summer party, while it's still warm out, we're going to do it for everyone, and everyone's invited. We're going to take that parking lot across the street from us and do just full-on Thanks Annapolis kind of night. I have no information on it other than this. It's an idea we're floating around about paying it forward and giving back to everyone who's given us just insane amounts of everything. So
sometime this summer.
Also, we'll be on the Instagram. We would feel terrible if we didn't do something.
Well, we're gonna keep an eye out for that, and Clancy, our heart goes out to everybody at Sailor, and hopefully our donations and the way that we can support you continue to do it from now through the next year and well beyond that.
Yeah.
So, but hey, thanks for coming out, man.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Hey, Cassie, we missed each other at Bands in the Sand.
We did. I had some other obligations, but typically I am out there in the sand with everyone over at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. It is one of my absolute favorite events there with the Oyster Roast. So 2022 didn't do it for me, but I'll definitely be there for 2023. How was it?
It was great. The night couldn't have been more perfect. I mean, I know it was a very
little
dicey,
stormy, dicey in the
dicey
beginning.
in the afternoon, but the clouds cleared, and G Love was fantastic.
Dancing in the sand.
I spotted Dick and Georgie Franyo, and they looked like they were feeling absolutely no pain and having the greatest time of the world. So, and as they should have, as being one of the founding sponsor of that, and Annapolis Subaru was there, and everybody was it was just a really magical night. It was
along with Devil's Backbone.
Yeah, there was smashes all over the place.
'Tis the season for smash.
Yeah.
We, of course, had their beer products there, Vienna, Lager, and Juicy Magic, I believe, as well as Bud Light, Stella Artois, of course. But the smashes, yeah. Tell me about them. Did you see the cans floating around everywhere?
Yeah, absolutely. And the bars, it made it so easy because, it's like, oh, do you want? It's like, yeah, okay, fine. We'll just the RTDs. I'm using the lingo, but you pop the top and you pour it, and it's wow. I mean,
Kevin from the Boatyard, I'm sure he was pretty thrilled about that. It was pop and open, and he didn't have to.
That was the whole night.
He didn't have to bring all the oranges or the triple sec. I know he loved that transition in his bar.
Oh, way back when I bartended, I mean, I was more like of a beer tender, and it was fuzzy navels and screwdrivers was about as extensive as it got. And if we had served crushes with the oranges and all, no, hell no, I never would have made it. It was horrible.
I was a little jealous, so I actually didn't get to attend it either. I got like 2 phone calls that weekend, and I was out of town. But I talked to Corey from Devil's Backbone. He was just ecstatic with how it went, and it went well this year. I can't wait to see how it goes moving forward with everything just roaring back with events and such.
Yeah, events are coming back, and they're coming back not in full bore. I mean, the event was sold out. I mean, that as it always does. But I noticed that the number of boats were fewer. Even the mooching boats that just sort of sit there and listen and don't come ashore, but just listen to the music were a little bit fewer. And I think that recently I was at East Puerto Rockin', and that seemed a little bit lightly attended. And I think people are just getting comfortable with getting back into groove of things. And
well, we were able to have Smash on the Beach, Devil's Backbone's newest flavor, right? Smash on the Beach at Bands in the Sand. So that worked out well, right?
Right.
The sand, the beach, Smash on the Beach, as well as the orange Smash. And I know there's a couple of new flavors in the pipeline. I'll let Ryan share that.
Yeah, so we already released Tropical Smash, which has done really well for us. And then just a little bit of a
and that's just sort of like the there's a word. Fruit smashy.
It's like passion fruit.
Yeah,
right.
Fruit mashup smash.
They're all plays on stuff that you can typically order at a bar, right? But, like you said, in a can, put it over ice, and then just a little teaser later on. I won't say how you can find it, but there will be a key lime smash, so just be on the lookout for that in your local liquor stores and restaurants.
Hey, one thing I want to talk about.
Did you talk about the key lime?
I did. You missed it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So the key lime. Can we go back to the key lime really fast?
Yeah.
Even though John Frenay is wearing watermelons on his shirt. The key lime. Everyone's talking about key lime. My friends are texting me. People are talking about it in accounts, and they're saying, hey, wait, did you know there's a lime flavor? Oh, wait, no, but it's key lime flavor. Like, that is like the talk of the summer right now.
So what's the difference? What's the hook on that? Is it sweeter than...
I think it's more like a key lime pie.
It's more tart. Usually, key limes are usually more astringent. They're a little bit more like...
And we should talk to the restaurant guy.
Yeah.
I bartended once. I really like these for RTDs. The canned cocktail game is finally starting to get better than giving you a straight-up cavity when you drink it, and theirs is one of them. I do like the smash. We get those at home, and I am not getting paid to do this. I do like the canned stuff for these guys. Who doesn't like key lime pie, though? I don't like sweets, and I like key lime pie.
Yeah.
Just more bitter, more juice.
Interesting.
Solid.
Do you drink it out of a can, or do you put it in a cup or a glass?
I'm not fancy enough for a cup or a glass.
So you go right out of the can?
Yeah. He was saying pour it over ice, and that is like,
Yeah.
that's about as much of a cocktail as I'll do at home. I get enough of it out at work, but I think I might try that next.
Fair enough. Well, and I know we talked about Bands in the Sand, which is the what month are we in? We're in June, right? The June thing, but the Boatyard Beach Bash, which is at the Annapolis Maritime Museum, that was just announced. That's September 10th. We've known the date for a while, but I think the liquor license was finally approved. So September 10th is the day, and they just put tickets on sale yesterday, and they will go fast, right?
They will go fast.
It's a Saturday, right?
It's Saturday the 10th.
Nice.
And they've got members of the Coral Reefer Band, which are there all the time. And, it's at the Maritime Museum, so it's somewhat limited in attendance. Always a good time, lots of good food. And
As they prepare for that, they've got the summer concerts. So in preps for Boatyard Beach Bash, every Thursday is their summer concert series. Kicked off 2 Thursdays ago, right? Runs through August 16th.
yeah, we had Honey Soul last week, Sweet Lila the first week, and I'm not sure who is this week, but it's every Thursday from 7 to 10.
And then Dublin 5 is coming up, too.
Yeah.
So that is led with our friends over at Blue Point. The Blue Point Summer Lager has been the favorite over there, as well as the Toasted, and of course our Bud Light. But we definitely do love our summer concerts, and something new that they've kind of introduced too, I guess through the COVID time. It's the
Right.
Wilmalee, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've always been looking to do that, and that was a donated. I say a donated boat. They found the boat and they were going to buy it, and then somebody ended up opening up their wallet and saying, "Hey, well, I'll pick up the tab." We all need more friends like that, to be honest. But this is one of the. I think this is one of 4 still sailing original skipjacks. One of originally 74 or something like that. And it sails out of the Maritime Museum. They do sunset sails, which are great. And I know that I've been on a couple of them and enjoyed some
Devil's Backbone again.
Devil's Backbone beverages there. And if anybody wants to check it out and save $5, that way you can spend it someplace else. I do have a code. It's EOA for Eye on Annapolis 5. Saves you $5 on anything except for some of the special ones. I know they're doing a 4th of July sale, and there are still a couple seats left on that. But it's not a real crowded thing. I mean, it's you might have 25 people on it, so it's a real nice, intimate kind of a sale.
Cruise. Sail, yes. So you definitely have some room around you, but you can meander around the boat and maybe even take on the wheel and steer the ship a little bit. I might have done that a couple of times.
I don't know whether Rick does that or not. I know, but Captain Rick, who's the primary captain there, is just wonderful.
Yes,
he's just a wealth of information and knowledge, figuring out
lots of stories
about the bay and the land around it and everything else. So,
and they did do something for Father's Day, so definitely trying to capitalize on those holidays for those holiday-esque cruises. But
for sure. Well, I mean, the Maritime Museum, and then actually following up on the Tides and Tunes, which is the Thursday one, they slide into Wednesday night. What do they call it? The fall concert series. When these ones end, basically, it switches to the other side of the park, over off of Edgewood Road at the park campus, which is a lot of fun, and that's usually for I think a month because daylight will be leaving us pretty soon, fairly soon. I hate to think about that. We're not even into July yet, but it's pretty neat. Between Bands in the Sand and the Boatyard Beach Bash and everything else that's going on at the Maritime Museum, there's plenty of opportunities to get out or certainly near the water, put your toes in the sand and wiggle them around a little bit and have a good time. But and the other thing that I've seen, and I don't know whether Cassie or Ryan wants to talk about it, but I mean, I've seen, and I've not had the chance, we've talked about it a little bit, but Nutrl with the, as Bill would say, with the umlaut, but not... without the E, but Nutrl. I've seen them all over, and I've not had the chance to partake of them. But they're like really hot now, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. One, we got to fix that. We definitely have to get you a Nutrl samples, one way or the other.
Got it in your car?
I don't. And Cassie drove, so it's a double negative.
I don't believe you.
Nutrl's been awesome. It actually launched about a year ago now, and they started with a variety pack, real vodka, real juice. I know last time when we talked, a couple months ago, it was cranberry had come out, the cranberry variety pack. And then, of course, for summer, they came back and they have lemonade variety pack now. So this is something that, we talk about as a sales staff even in all our meetings, because Nutrl's kind of like, you're seeing the growth of it naturally. And it's exciting. I mean, the lemonade variety pack is perfect for the summertime. They still have the regular variety pack as well. And we've seen a lot of displays and accounts around Annapolis and Anne Arundel County and Howard County as well. So definitely try an 8-pack, pick one up. It's great for the summer, and it's a drink that really everybody enjoys, just like the RTDs.
It is sort of considered an RTD when you think about it, because it is real vodka.
Right.
That's a good point.
The seltzer phrase really doesn't attribute to this one specifically, because it is not a malt beverage, and I think that's where consumers are getting confused. It is real vodka, real juice, no malt.
Right. It's Canadian brewed, isn't it, or bottled or canned or when not brewed, but it's distilled.
Started in Canada.
Canada
did well in Canada, which why it's flowed right into the United States with Anheuser-Busch. So yes, great product all around, and definitely seeing the energy in the stores and in the samples, so it's exciting.
Yeah, just one more note on that. One of our own guys, Steve, had a baby shower, and of course he had all Anheuser-Busch products, but he said the Nutrl was one of the things that people may not have heard of, and went back for multiple of them. So it's not just like, oh, let me take a try of this. Let's have a couple of these. So that's always a good sign, especially at a party where you have so many different types of people.
Or a golf tournament where you have a 60-year-old man that comes up and you think he's going to be the Bud Heavy guy.
Yeah.
Or the Michelob Ultra.
Bud Diesel.
Or the Michelob Ultra guy. And sure enough, he asks you for that Nutrl Raspberry because one hadn't seen it and one wanted to try it. And then he came back for a second one, not the Bud Heavy. So I said, okay, there's room for this product in every demo.
Big thank you from Sailor for Nutrl sponsoring the Heroes Raffle Day. That was the main one we had like an outside bar here that we were cracking those for people, and those went first.
Good to hear.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right. Go to Bay Ridge Wine and Spirits on way home. I've got to go to Best Buy too, so now I've got 2 stops on my way home there. But
or Liquor Mart Deli.
That's true. That was. I did a podcast with them, and that was one of the funnest ones I've done. Just the history behind them, and when they were there before the mall, and I didn't realize that they were part of Ann's Dairy Cream too.
Yes.
So
over up on Ritchie Highway.
Yeah, same family there. And I don't believe we're into the 4th of July already. I mean, it seems like summer just started. We've got plenty of places to see fireworks. Annapolis is having a great parade at 6:30. Typical parade route from Maryland Hall down to City Dock, and then the fireworks are at about 9:15. I know the Bay Sox have a big fireworks display planned for Sunday night after their game, and I think it's a 6th game, so probably about 9:15, 9:30 at night as well.
Washington Nationals, their fireworks are planned for Friday night.
Right. Well, Nationals, you guys are doing a big how to do with the Nationals, aren't you?
Yeah. So as a part of Folds of Honor, Budweiser Freedom cans, we are presenting a $5,000 scholarship check to one of our Folds of Honor recipients at the ballpark on Sunday, not Friday, but Sunday. So really exciting to not only meet and see the recipient, but to award them with $5,000 for their educational school year. And
when I got to meet Rocky from Folds of Honor, he had given me one of the Folds of Honor coins, the challenge coins.
Sailor also wants to say thanks to them as well. The alarm's going by right now.
There you go.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
But Rocky had given me one of the Folds of Honor challenge coins, and that's one of my most treasured things. And it's the program that it does as far as giving the chances of military offspring to go
have
to
a college education.
Education is just huge.
Yeah.
And
Rocky will be there this weekend, which is exciting. We haven't seen him in a couple of years, so he will be in attendance. And for every Budweiser Freedom Reserve case that is purchased, a portion of the proceeds does go back to Folds of Honor. So Memorial Day through the after the 4th of July, again, all of those proceeds from those case packs do go back to Folds of Honor, which is exciting.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, lots of things to consider about. Certainly keep your eye open for all of the great fundraisers that are going to be going on for Sailor Oyster Bar. You've got Bands in the Sand that's coming up in September. You've got the Tides and Tunes on Thursday nights.
You mean Boatyard Beach Bash?
Yep.
You said Bands in the Sand.
Did I say Bands in the Sand? Boatyard Beach Bash. Oh, all these be alliterative words. It's just like confusing me. Boatyard Beach Bash, September 10th. And then you've certainly got Tides and Tunes on Thursdays. And then Summer Sunsets, I think is what they call it in the fall. That's September into maybe the first week of October after the Tides and Tunes end. But plenty of things to do. Have a wonderful, safe 4th of July. And the other thing that Heroes has done, again, community, and I wanted to mention this earlier, is but they do have the Heroes Farmers Market, which shows up here on Tuesdays, a lot of Tuesdays, I think maybe monthly. The next one, I think, is on the 12th of July, and it's back in their giant parking lot, which is great because then you can pack the place and eat your wonderful food and drink their drink their booze.
So
but you've got great farmers market. You've got Big Money, who does the pies.
All local.
Yep.
It's all local.
My buddy AJ does the cane mixers that he started doing during pandemic. Really solid mixers for, if you want to do vodka or whatever you want to do. He's a big rum guy. We got Nala, who does the hummus with Rooted. Got Howard that does the tie-dye shirts. There's a bunch of great stuff going on.
Yeah, and it really took off. I mean, it's only happened, I think, maybe 3 times. Mm-hmm. And the first time, I know people were like, oh, what's this all about? And all of a sudden it was slammed. So, I mean, it's really been supported by the community.
Yeah.
And really get over to West Annapolis if you haven't, because this side of the town
West Annapolis, the Oktoberfest, too, September 25th. We just threw a lot of dates, I think, out to you guys.
Yeah.
But lots of stuff, lots of events.
And before you know it, we're going to be talking about Military Ball and Miracle on some street, whether it's Annapolis Street or... Let's do it on Route 50 this year. Miracle on Route 50.
There we go.
We'll march
we'll
the
need a lot
Clydesdales
of those
from
first
Parole to the Bay Bridge.
responders to help with that.
Yes.
Hey, guys, thank you so much. I want to go on inside and get something to eat here at Heroes. Again, anytime you're out there, be safe if you're out in a boat. Drink responsibly. All that stuff we always tell you for the summer because it's really important. And keep some of these dates in mind because there's lots of fun stuff to do this summer. And Clancy, thank you so much for your time this afternoon and for everything that you've done. And I mean, I think it's amazing that you guys are closed and you guys are still thinking about ways to get back.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And we're keeping our eyes open on the summer bash or the summer date for the parking lot across the street from Sailor Oyster Bar.
Everyone's invited.
This Iron Annapolis bonus podcast has been brought to you by Katcef Brothers, the area's largest beer distributor. Please check them out at thegreatestbeers.com. Oh, and don't forget to check out IronAnnapolis.net for all your local news, opinions, and events.